This show's brought to you by Highgrove Bathrooms, Seabus Superannuation and MoneyMe. G'day, I'm DVine, and ever since I was young, I lived for doing projects around the home. Whether it was inside or outside, it didn't matter. I just loved it. So join me each week as I share my knowledge of DIYing and pass on all the tips and tricks to make your next project a divine one. Welcome to DVine Living. G'day guys, if you want to add a little bit of life to your garden this season, I've got a really cost-effective way of putting a bit of colour into your garden. Let me show you how. So all of us have some items laying around the house or in the garage that are being unused. But I can tell you now, these items aren't useless, they're useful. And if we give them a little bit of love, we can have them looking like the centrepiece of your home. So I went out to my mum's farm the other day and found a heap of treasures. So I've got an old metal trolley, a bird feeder and a toolbox, which I've got big ideas for. Firstly, I need a prep. So I'm going to get a wire brush and just go over the whole thing and remove any rusty flakes. Then I'm going to give it a wipe over and go over it with the Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer. This will give it a good coating and 24 hours later, it'll be ready to paint. So I've given all these metal items a good spray with the Rust Reformer, and this will stop any rust that was in them from continuing to spread. Okay, so the trolley, I'm going to actually put it in the garden, so to match in with all the greenery, I've gone with pastel peppermint and gloss. Let's get into it. I always recommend to be about 20 to 30 centimetres away from the surface you're spraying, and always try and overlap your last spray pattern by about 30 to 50%. So the trolley's all painted now. I'm just going to let that dry. Then I'll come back with a drill and drill some holes in the bottom. So when I fill it up with some soil, the water can still drain out. Then I'll plant it up with some beautiful flowers, put it in the garden, and it's going to look amazing. Okay, so it's been 24 hours since I applied the Rust Reformer on the toolbox, which means we're up to the fun part, painting it. So I'm intending to hang this on the fence and have some plants spilling out of it, which is why I've gone with meadow green. Now, some of the great features about the Rust-Oleum spray cans is that they're fast drying, they apply to most surfaces including wood, metal, plastic and more, and it's a paint and primer in one. So, can't go wrong. Let's get into it. Some of the great features that come with this 2X range is they come with a comfort spray tip which helps eliminate finger fatigue for those larger projects. There's over 38 different colour variations in their range, and they come with gloss, satin, ultra matte, flat and metallic finishes. And it also delivers twice the coverage, twice as fast, which means you save time. Okay, so the toolbox is all painted and it looks amazing. I love that green. It's probably actually my second favourite green can there is. The other one's a bit more cold. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is hang this on the fence. I'm going to fill it up with a little bit of soil and have some beautiful plants spilling out of it. Now, the kids have been loving birds lately, so we thought we'd try and get a few more in the garden. And out of 38 colours, the kids have chosen Gloss Grape. Well, let's get it on. Okay, so it doesn't always just have to be old pieces that you spray. You can also spray new pieces, interior, exterior, just to keep up with any modern trends. Okay, so the bird feeder's all done now. I'm just going to let this dry. The Gloss Grape looks really good. I'm sure it's going to have no problem attracting birds. Once it's dry, I'll fill it with seed, take it out in the garden, and hopefully it attracts a few little friends. Bird seed. Reckon the birds will like that? Thank you for helping me. Oh. Look at this one. Spiky ones and pink ones. And your favourite, purple ones. Thank you, honey. Kiss. Mwah. Well, there we go. 3 pieces that were unloved, a little bit of Rust-Oleum, and they look $1,000,000 in the garden. The kids are happy, I'm happy, and the birds will be happy too. G'day guys, today we find ourselves here at the Big Goose in the Mornington Peninsula just outside of Melbourne. And in the last 12 months, a lot of people have been taking the initiative to move outside of the city to a more rural lifestyle. And that's why we find ourselves here today, to have a look at farm life and more particularly, farm animals. So let's go and meet some. Now, one of the most important things if you are going to keep some animals and livestock is animal nutrition. And that's why I've brought in the expert, Dr. Emma Bradbury from Barrastock. Emma, why is it so important to make sure they're eating the right thing?
Well, like you said, nutrition is key. And so just like humans, you know, we all have different nutritional needs, and the same goes with animals. And depending on what life stage they're at, they're going to need a different requirement. So you need to make sure that the diet you're feeding them is exactly what they need and nutritionally complete and balanced. So we're going into spring at the moment, and what that means is, you know, grasses are growing, the days are getting longer, some animals are calving or lambing, and so you want to give them the best start to life with nutrition.
Definitely. Well, should we go meet a few?
Sounds like a plan.
Righto, let's go. So Emma, out here at the Big Goose, there's obviously a large variety of animals, some of them in here with us, that Barrastock can cater for. So what are some of the most obvious ones that people get when they move to a hobby farm or get a bit of property?
I'd say sheep, cattle and poultry are your most common, but you know, we've got a few goats roaming around in here with us as well.
Yep.
And you'll also find things like alpacas, pigs, horses, all common to be on a hobby farm with us right now. So Barrastock might be a name that not everyone's familiar with, but we have been feeding Australian livestock and been trusted by Australian farmers for over 75 years now. And as I mentioned before, nutrition is key, and all animals have unique nutritional requirements and therefore require a feed catered to them. And here at Barrastock, we have all those feeds so that we can feed them.
Great. Well, I can see a few hungry ones around us, so should we go feed a few?
I think so. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So Emma, goats are a pretty popular one for hobby farmers. What can you tell us about their nutrition other than being lawnmowers and blackberry clearers?
Now, when it comes to feeding goats, you want to aim for about 4 to 6% of their body weight as roughage, and so that's your hays and your pasture. But it's also good to make sure that they're getting a supplemental feed such as pellets.
Okay.
And so the pellets are really designed there to make sure that they get all their nutritional requirements in terms of their vitamins and minerals that they can't get from just browsing pastures.
Now, Emma, we find ourselves in the rabbit enclosure here with these two fluffy friends. What should we be feeding these guys?
So, contrary to popular belief, carrots really shouldn't be fed to rabbits.
Really?
You know, it's something that they wouldn't naturally eat in the wild.
Okay.
So, for rabbits, it's best to feed them green leafy vegetables.
Right.
Things like bok choy, romaine are really good things that they can have daily.
Yep.
Along with things like straw, oat and hay, Timothy hay, all really good things for rabbits to be fed. You know, their diet really needs to be made up of roughage, and pellets like what we have here in your hand are really only designed as supplemental feed, so it's really there to meet their vitamin and mineral requirements.
Right, so more like a treat.
More like a treat.
Okay,
yep.
Very good.
And an important thing to note as well is when you're feeding guinea pigs, like we've got in here with us as well, that they need a diet that's fortified with vitamin C, as they can't make it themselves, and it's very important to have that in there.
Right, well there you go.
Yeah.
We don't want to get them scurvy. Okay, Emma, here's a pretty familiar sight, cows. Now, if people are going to bring a cow home, they're probably more likely to bring home a calf than a cow, so what do they need to know?
So when it comes to calves, they have some pretty specific nutritional requirements, and for the first couple of weeks of life, they need a calf milk replacer. I'm not talking about just going down to the supermarket and getting a skim milk powder. They need one that's specifically formulated to meet their nutritional requirements. And once they're a few weeks old, you can actually start to introduce some pelleted feed, like a baby calf feed or a calf rearer feed, and they're on that till they're about 100 kilos or so, at which point you can just put them out into the paddock where they can live off hay and pasture.
Fantastic. can you tell me the answer to the age-old debate of chicken or the egg? Which one came first?
Look, at Barrastock, we put the chicken before the egg.
Okay.
And a fun little fact is there's actually a protein specific to eggs that you can only get from chicken.
Well, there you go, we've solved it. So, Emma, do chooks lay eggs all year round?
While they naturally can, you often find in winter that they actually go through a bit of a depression and can either stop laying or just reduce the number of eggs. You'll find with poultry coming into spring, they'll actually start laying more eggs, and it's just because as the days are getting longer, it's the ideal time. And here at Barrastock, we actually have a whole range of poultry feed that you can use, from a pelleted, nutritionally complete diet to a scratch mix. And that's what you want, a really good diet so that they can keep producing eggs all year round.
Definitely. Beautiful, delicious eggs. Well, I'd love to thank you for coming on the show, Dr. Emma.
Thanks for having me.
And the Big Goose for having us today. And we'll catch you after the break. Just before we go to the break, Stanley are giving away a Stanley Fat Max V20 Renovators pack, valued at $5,000. The pack includes a whole lot of 18-volt power tools, outdoor power equipment, batteries and chargers, so you can do more around your home. To enter, all you need to do is go to stanleytools.com.au/do more and register. Good luck. G'day, I'm here with a team from My Home Turf, who are Australia's largest network of turf farmers and suppliers. Today, we're here at a home in Balwyn North in Melbourne, where the owners are desperate to remove their synthetic turf. For me, I've always preferred the real thing, which is a much better environmental impact. So, let's get to work removing the plastic and laying the real deal.
We bought this house 2.5 years ago and we just thought it was an eyesore from the get-go. It was always on our agenda to rip it up and get rid of it. But now more than ever, because after 2.5 years of our gorgeous labby weeing on this turf, it absolutely stinks. Dog hair just has got matted into the turf. It's time for it to go. Can't wait.
For this spot, I suggest Prestige Buffalo, which is the ultimate choice for lovers of dark green, soft leaf lawn. As the site is central to traffic from the family and the dog, Prestige's fast growth habit allows it to recover quickly from wear and tear. This area is also under some shade, and Prestige Buffalo can tolerate up to 70% shade conditions, so it's a suitable choice.
It's a great choice here from Dale and the owners choosing Prestige Buffalo. Next generation, newest genetics buffalo. It's the darkest green of all the buffaloes and it'll really complement this area well. With the white and the dark green, this area's gonna pop.
I chose My Home Turf because they couldn't have been more helpful. They advised us the best turf to use in this space. They're a great company and it's affordable.
So, synthetic turf on a hot day will get up to 30 degrees hotter than natural turf. So, on a 30-degree day, that's 60 degrees underfoot. That's pretty hot. Now, this stuff also, we're not really sure how long this will take to break down in landfill. Could be 1,000 years, could be more. Also, Kate's right, it really does stink. So, let's get rid of it. Now that we've removed the synthetic lawn, let's look at what we've got to work with. We've got a layer of crusher dust on top of the soil. Now normally, I'd like to get rid of it all, but in this case, due to bad access, we're going to remove what we can by barrow and improve the soil. The reason we're doing this is to encourage air and oxygen flow throughout the soil. To improve the soil structure, we'll throw in some gypsum, fertiliser and a small amount of topsoil. But put simply, before laying any turf, it's vital your topsoil is adequate. Okay, so the old synthetic smelly turf is all gone. It's off to the tip. Now we've rotary hoed the whole area, brought in some beautiful sandy loam and put some gypsum down. The only thing left to do now is put down some starter fertiliser pellets and some water crystals. Righto, so the turf's arrived, the boys from Green Scene have arrived, so let's get into it. So people often want to know, once your turf's in, how long should you stay off it before you're walking on it? Well, the answer is you can walk on it straight away, but when you've watered it up, just make sure you walk lightly, and also don't plant your feet and twist and turn, or you can disrupt the slab of grass underneath you. Pretty common misconception is that once you've got your lawn down, that you need to top dress it immediately with sand. Well, we'd actually say don't worry about that. All your lawn needs is a bit of TLC. A good rule of thumb when you are going to fertilise your lawn is to just do it before or at the start of every new season. So that way you're only doing it 4 times a year. Okay, so the Prestige Buffalo's in. It looks so green and fantastic. All we need to do now is give it a quick blow off with the blower and then give it a good soak.
So Prestige Buffalo, couple of things, Australian born and bred, low maintenance, so it's for those people who want to look at their lawn, not mow their lawn, suitable for most parts of Australia, and from $13 to $16.50 a square metre, hey, can't go wrong.
I'm so excited. I'm so grateful to Dale and the team and the guys from My Home Turf. The lawn looks absolutely fantastic, and the best part is there's no more smell. So now we can finally start using our outdoor entertaining area the way we were meant to be able to, and yeah, I'm just so happy, over the moon. Thanks, guys.
Before we go to the break, our friends at Money Me are giving you the chance to win a $5,000 renovation Kickstarter, so you can get stuck into that reno project. To enter, all you need to do is go to moneymee.com.au/Divine Living, enter your details, and the lucky winner will be announced via our Facebook page at the end of the series. Best of luck. Today, I'm here in Corio, a suburb of Geelong, Victoria, at the house of Mark and Tash. Now, I got an email from some friends of these guys saying they truly are some of the most deserving people of a bathroom renovation. Mark and Tash dedicate their lives to helping out underprivileged kids, so what better way can we thank them than to go in and give them a fresh bathroom renovation? Let's go check it out. G'day Tash, my name's DVine. I've had an email from a friend of yours that says you guys are more than worthy of a bathroom renovation. So I've come to see if I can help you out.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, can I come and have a look at it?
Yeah, come in.
Brilliant.
Well, here it is.
Okay, no worries. Well, we can definitely bring this up to date for you, Tash, no problems at all. I love the light coming through the window, so once we've done it, it's gonna look amazing. Because Tash is a foster carer, I need to make sure this bathroom is highly functional to suit her lifestyle. I'll be using chrome tapware and fittings from Highgrove Bathrooms for this renovation. When it comes to style, chrome is timeless, so it will remain relevant for years to come. We need plenty of storage in this bathroom, so I've chosen the Venice 900ml floor mount vanity. It's packed with ample storage and features classic VJ panelling on the front drawers, which ties in perfectly with the other design elements in Tash's home. And to finish off this classic bathroom design, we'll be using chrome accessories throughout, including a 5-bar heated towel rail. So first of all, I'm going to make a few phone calls. I'm going to call my friends at C-Bus and get some really great tradies out here that can do the work for us. I think it's really going to look great and you're going to love it.
Thank you.
Let me get started and we'll get into it.
Cheers.
As always, the first job is to strip out the old bathroom, so we've got all aspects renovation and maintenance to do the job. XL Bins have donated a skip for all the rubbish. Andy and Andy have arrived from Aquavision Plumbing for all the plumbing rough-ins. While they're doing that, I'm off to Beacon to pick out some lights. It's time for the electrical rough-in now, and Tanner's here from Ecotech Electrical. What's better than B Constructions? Double B Constructions, and that's why we've got Blake and Ben here from Double B Constructions to do the carpentry. It's time for plastering now, and Brad's here from Brad Wrap Plastering. All the plastering products have been supplied by Archiclad. Now the plaster's hung, it's time for waterproofing, and Brad Shaw from Coastal Tiling is going to sort us out. Now, with the beautiful tiles that we selected from Styles Vic, it's time for Brad from Coastal Tiling to do the floor and wall tiles. He's also going to sort us out with the grouting. The tiling looks amazing, and now it's time to put some paint on. So Matt McCronen's here from McCronen Painting. The paint's been supplied by Zinza, and as always, we're using the best with Monarch paint brushes and rollers. Andy and Andy are back from Aquavision Plumbing, who are going to do our furniture and plumbing fit-offs. Tanner's back from Ecotech Electrical to do the electrical fit-off, with all the electrical accessories being supplied by AWM. Lockie from Cockatoo Glass and Glazing's here to install our shower screen. And to tidy everything up, Jeanette's here from Berry Clean to make it spick and span. Now, how good does that look?
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Look at the lights.
We want to thank High Grove Bathrooms and Seabus, as well as Beacon Lighting and all the tradies that came through. Dale Vine for organising everything for our bathroom. It's amazing. We're so grateful that we've been able to have this experience.
Absolutely awesome.
We are very grateful for having this done, and yeah.
And the bathroom looks amazing. Thank you all so much.
We thank everybody.
Wow, how good is that? What a great renovation of a bathroom for a really lovely family. Mark and Tash are absolutely stoked, and so are the kids. A big thanks, of course, goes out to Highgrove Bathrooms, Seabus Super, Styles Vic and Beacon Lighting. Well, I'm really happy to deliver such a beautiful bathroom to such a beautiful family. Well, what a great episode. If you want any more information about anything on today's show, make sure you hit up our website. And if you're in for some great prizes, go to our Facebook page at DVine Living. Okay, we'll see you next week.